Well, thank you for coming back to the channel. I'm Lunchbox, and this is the Curious Mind of Lunchbox. Today, we're going to have on episode 2, it's going to be a little bit less of a shit show. Marginal. We're going to be making this. What this is something I thought would be cool to set off and try to make the bougiest rum I could conceptually think of. This has got a whole lot going on into it, and it came out even better than I expected because of a little unexpected thing that happened during the fermentation process, which I didn't know a lot about, but now I do, so now you're gonna get to know about it. And honestly, this shit's pretty fucking cool. So wait till you see what I got lined up for you. So let's get into it. Alright guys, well, we're here in the kitchen. Let's look at what we got going, what we're working with. We got some bananas, blacker than my soul and maybe my liver. Who knows? But they're just black enough for what we're going to be doing. So bananas, fun fact, are 80% starch. So the peel itself actually has amylase in it. So the blacker they get, the more sugar is going to be converted out of the starch. So you let them sit long enough and they're going to be almost damn near pure sugar. So we're going to be using this little bundle bananas. What else we got? We got 6 cans of Foco. It's a cane drink. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't really read it too, but it's supposed to be a lot of sugar in there, and really brings out a nice flavor. We have a whole mess of organic, nature's greatest foods, organic coconut milk, and if listen, it's not like that chunky shit that you get from the grocery store. Since we're doing rum, you gotta have the black strap get up in here, so you can, yeah. Got a gallon of black strap, unsulfured, don't you know? But we got 2 bags of this Ibera pure cane turbinado sugar. I looked up how to say it. So normally I butcher shit like this, but yeah, we're working with 8 pounds of this stuff. And what I'm most excited for is Omega yeast, Cosmic Punch yeast. This is actually, let me see here. Let me just read the bag real quick. It's supposed to be like a British ale, but supposedly this brings out a lot of like fruity flavors and whatnot with the esters that this produces. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what it does. Hopefully does as promised, because I'm excited, and hopefully y'all are, as you're sitting here watching my dumbass make this shit. So I'm gonna pop the camera off for a minute and get to cracking some of these cans open so we can melt down this sugar. All right, well, we're down to 2 cans left of the coconut milk, and brought you back so you can watch me put them in so you can see how that's going. So of all the coconut milk, we're looking at about 3.7 gallons of liquid, and that's before the back strap and all the additive sugars we're going to be putting in. But let's get these bananas in there. Ooh. Look at all this sugary banana. Last banana. Mind you, this isn't the primary sugar source, but we're still doing this just for the flavor. On nanners then. Let's give this a quick mix.
A few moments later.
Now we got her all blitzed up. Let's move on to phase 2. Well, she's warming up. Let's give it a quick stir. And let's open up one of these bags of sugar and get a little bit of it in. Ooh, this feels great. One bag in. This would be a great time to add something new into the pot. I'll go. Foco stuff. It's a strange flavor. Not bad, just different. Something I'm not really used to, but I wouldn't turn one down if someone offered me one and I was visiting someone out of states. So I had another Foco. Got half the Foco in, half the sugar. Let's get the rest of the sugar in. This stuff smells really good. Well, we moved out to the garage for a minute so I can stir this as loudly as I need to without waking up anybody that's currently in the house sleeping. And because I needed a lot of room to do what I'm about to do. Alright, let's do it. Well, I think I beat the shit out of those bananas finally. We'll see. She's real thick and kind of foamy, so when I send this to the boys in the woods, I'm gonna let them know to only run a half pot at a time, because she's probably gonna foam like hell. Probably kick in a knob of butter and each run too. I'm liking how this is. Let me go get some measuring equipment and let's take a gravity reading before I even add the molasses, just to see where we're sitting at. I'll be right back, y'all. Good news, bad news. Good news is hydrometer is looking like it's pretty strong sugar count, and not too worried about it because gallon of molasses is gonna get exactly where I need to go. Bad news is, for me mixing the shit out of it, I'm having a hard time get an exact reading with all the foam. Oh well, we're just gonna dump this molasses in here, blitz it up again one more time and let it sit for a while, and then we'll bucket it and pitch the yeast, and we'll see it when we see it. I will be back. Alright, molasses time. Alright. That's just about a gallon of molasses. I'm gonna go put some very hot water in here, give this a shake, and get the rest out. I'll be right back. Alright, let's turn the Snow White into dark brown. Well, I'm gonna let her sit for a little bit and then take another gravity reading. We'll be back when we're doing the gravity reading. Well, I'm back in the house and we're bucketing it up. We're at 1.090. Sorry about that. It took me a minute to remember exactly what it read out at. It's pretty high for this type of project, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, here comes the magical part. Let me start saying the package and get her open. Omega always recommends that you star sand or sanitize the package before you cut it open, so that way you got no contaminants. I'm just going to play along because that's their instructions. Then again, remember, this is going to be a rum. Going to even star sand measuring cup. I'm going to pour this into. There's some stuff in the bottom of the container I want out, so put it back in there right quick. Again, we're using Cosmic Punch from Omega Yeast. All right, well, and we're back. I'm gonna not really measure it. Just gonna take a little bit out. Both containers. Nutrient. Well, after 13 months of being busy as fucking shit, we're finally back to circling around to finishing up the Aristocrat rum. I've already emptied this bucket most of the way. Around and find out and see if I can get some more liquid out of it without all that particulate. So we got the world's most annoyingest machine in the world out again, and we're gonna dump it in and see if we can get some clearer shit out of it. I'm not expecting much, but we'll see. All right, let's see how this stupid shit works. What we have here is a failure. Figures. whatever. Well, it was a complete failure. So we're gonna ship this off to the boys in the woods. And when they get done with it, we'll be back and I'll give you some tasting notes. See you then. Well, I just got back the results of the first run on the Aristocrat's rum. And the size of these jars and the amount of the jars is a little bit underwhelming. I got a call mid-run from the boys in the woods, and they're like, hey, it's been a while since we ran our equipment, and we're a little bit overzealous with how much packing we put in the system, and we might have overpacked and had a little bit higher efficiency than we were planning, so we got an issue. I was like, you know what, it's fine. We have another bucket of mash, another 5 gallons. Just continue on with what you got going on, and we'll call it a half a stripping run, and we'll dump everything back into the next run. So we got 7 pints of some very high proof rum, a little bit too high of a proof to age or bottle. We're looking at high 80s, almost 90%. That's like almost Everclear. Too high for that. So we'll just put heads and foreshots and everything in between to the tails back into the system and run it all at once with the rest of the mash. So what I got to do now is be extremely thorough on what I pitch and don't pitch from the other mash. As in, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of extra filtering, get all the shit that floats out the top and the shit that's lingering in the bottom out of there, so I have enough liquid to drive this stuff home with. So that's what we're about to do. We're going to go out in the garage, my cold ass garage here in February, and looks like we might have a job for the fruit press. And not really though, because you know, it's not like I use a lot of fibrous material in this mash, but it caked up real good when we fermented it out. So we're gonna do everything we can. I have a feeling we're gonna use a mixture of bag filtering with pressing and cold crashing, and maybe even a little bit of chem clearing, like your crystal clear. I don't use actual packets of crystal clear. I just have big jugs of I can't even, the Agent A and Agent B chitosan and was it Casisol or whatever it's called. I can't remember. I know I'm out of chitosan, so it looks like I'm gonna be using gelatin, but we're gonna definitely cold crash it too. So I guess I need to get to separating that stuff so we can get that other joint off back to the good boys in the woods and get everything done and squared away, so we can move on to either aging or making something delicious out of that, like maybe some coquito. I don't know, we'll see. Let's just get all this figured out as we go. Alright, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm not even gonna lie, this has to be one of the best smelling ferments I've ever done. It literally smelled like the ferment shit, passion fruit, guava, and grapefruit all up in it. And I didn't put none of that in there. Or did I? You know what? It has to be the Omega Yeast Cosmic Punch. That's what did it. And why? Because it's got thiols in it. Now thiols, think of them like an Ester's ugly cousin. It's a good sulfur compound, unlike sulfates and stuff that we're trying to get out of the system when you or the boys in the wood are out there running it down and making it into a little bit higher of a proof and using the copper. Sulfates are, like I said, bad. Thiols, freaking awesome. And they punch way above their weight. Like just a little bit goes a long way. So what exactly happens is if you got the right yeast that has been thiol and locked, and you add precursors into your mash, you're going to get a whole world of a different bouquet of smells that you're not going to expect out of the ferment. What a precursor is are like hidden ingredients that when a thiol unlocked yeast gets added to the mix, is like the key in the lock. Again, precursors are, think of them like unripe fruit. All the smells are there, they just haven't been opened up yet. So, you get yourself that thiol unlocked yeast, and you go to work with it, you're going to get something really freaking cool. And I'm glad I did it. And looking back at what we did in this mash, it was latent with precursors, because precursors don't just come from fruit. You can get them from raw materials too that you're putting in your mash. Like I got the molasses and the coconut milk and just a little smidge of black banana. It just carried it a long way. And especially with having to let the ferment sit for an exorbitant amount of time before I got back to messing with it, it really got to sit there and marinate in its own stink. And you know, this is the first time I was actually glad to let something marinate in its own stink, because wow. Just another thing real quick. Yeah, my garage looks like a storage war zone, but everything, all the tools and equipment and everything I'm using, I promise you it's cleaner than some of the back rooms you've drank in. Don't worry, I'm on it. It just looks like chaos, but I'm keeping it real clean. Just like my 16-inch wheels. They may be 16s, but I keep them real clean. Well, we're out here in the messy ass garage to do some messy ass business. So let's get prepared and get at it. I wasn't kidding about it being messy. So get the gloves on and get going. Got a bucket with a brew bag in it, and we're just gonna whoosh into the other bucket. And then we'll take the brew bag, throw it up into the fruit press, and whoop, get her done. That being said, a little hint, hint, wink, wink. Eventually here you all gonna see me make a little bit better fruit press, maybe something a little bit more efficient. So without further ado, let's make this happen. it's a hot mess. So we're on to phase 2 of distillation prep. Got everything I was going to get out of the fruit press here in this bucket. Got some weird floaty shit on top. I'm going to put the old siphon in there. And we're going to commence transferring. Once we get everything into this new vessel, we're going to set it up to be cleared. Let all the extracurricular shit float down to the bottom. So that way we only get the cream of the crop in the still. And then the boys in the woods will take over and they'll bring me back something nice and clear, and then we will do something delicious with that. So after this bucket's full, we'll be back and I'll show you how I'm gonna set it up to continue to clear. Alright, so it's time for us to start adding our findings. What we're first gonna add is our self lock. So on here it says generally for 1 part gelatin to 10 to 15 parts silk lock. So the way I calculated it out is when I put the silk lock in, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup, fill it all the way up, dump it in, and then give another 1/2 1/4 cup, so 1/8 of a cup. So 3/8 of a cup of silk lock, and then we're going to give 1 big gnarly teaspoon of this into a cup of water that's been heated up to 165 degrees. After silk lock's been in here for an hour, And after that, this gonna go out in the garage where it's cold as shit. And it's gonna sit there for a long ass time so it can cold crash with the Chem Clear. Alright guys, so today's sponsor is the Beard Struggle. An excellent company to order beard care products from. I've been using these guys for the last 5 years and I absolutely love their stuff. You got beard oils, beard butter, mustache wax, heated brushes, heat protection spray, soaps, mud masks, and look at this. They even make COVID masks or just a face mask that'll protect your beard when you gotta wear a chin diaper. I know we're not really into those things anymore, but you know, sometimes you still need one every now and then. So theirs are pretty quality. I don't know if you can see it, but these towels on this table, they kick these into the order once or twice before. And anytime you order for them, they always kick in something extra, you know, after you reach a threshold for them. And I find that funny. I find that kind of cool. But in reality, just the quality of the product and how they don't tear up your beard or make your face break out is one of the best parts of using this product. I love Beard Struggle, and if you guys are looking for something to take care of your face fleece, these are the people to go with. I got a discount code. It's LBXX15. Use that when you go to checkout, or just check out the link in the description, and they'll send you right there with my code already booted up. But you guys are more than welcome to use LBXX15 anytime you go to checkout, and they're going to take care of you. It's going to get you 20% off, and it's going to let me know that you guys are digging what I'm putting down here and help fund the next project. All right, guys, we finally got to the end of the road on the Aristocrat rum. We got 6 jars ranging from 90% all the way down to 80% ABV. And I already had one cracked open and I was giving it a good, you know, whiff, and those esters from the Omega Yeast Cosmic Punch completely came through, and there's definitely some flavor to it. Whew. So my plan is now we're gonna get them all tempered together in this mixing jar, and then I'm going to put them into a new vat. Well, it's more like an old vat that I had an old project in that still has the wood in it, and it's been sealed to recycle the wood and give this a little bit of color and flavor and age. I'm gonna get some of that jar out of the jar. I'm gonna get some of that out of that jar and into this test tubular, and we will take a proof reading for you, and we'll see where it's at so we know where we want to proof it down to. So I'll be right back. Let's get a reading. We're at 170 proof, which is 85% ABV. Not too shabby. It's a little high for the rum, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna wanna add 970.8 mils to get this down to 60% ABV, which is 120 proof, so we can cask it in the next jar. Alright, got some in the vial. Let's see what our proof is at. Set at 130. So we need to just knock her down just a little bit more. So this vat right here is what was used to age the 4-year-old spiced apple cider brandy. The brandy itself was vapor infused with the spices. No spices were ever put in this vat, but the Ghost of Christmas Past is definitely in this vat, so we're hoping a little bit of the spice will translate from here into here, but more of the esters from this will take over this. Well, if you hung out this far into the video, you probably either have 1 or 2 questions left. And those 2 questions are, is this dingus going to spill this whole jar trying to get into this other jar? Or, more importantly, what the hell does it taste like? So I don't want to leave you hanging. We're going to discuss that right now. Got some right here on the nose. You can smell all the fruit that the Cosmic Punch promises it delivers, but on the palate, it's the same thing. It's a real nice light rum that has grapefruit, guava, and passion fruit taste on the back. It's really good. You can't wait to see what happens to this after age it for a while, because this is dangerously good. So without further ado, let's get this in there. So like I said, the wood in here is pre-used. It is a mixture of oak and cherry that has been toasted at, I forget the levels, but the toast on the wood was specifically toasted to bring out more of the vanilla and smokiness tannins. But we're gonna second life this and see what happens with it. Guys, if you really think I was gonna leave you on a note like that, it's my first Spirit episode. I can't be going out like that. Let my first Spirit on channel punk me out. Nah. I wasn't ready. I needed the milk. But now I am. And she sat in timeout for a little bit, and she got a little bit of color to her, like she'd been tanning, which is exactly what was added from the wood. Huh? Okay, so let's do a little tasty. Let me grab a Glencairn, some water, and some green juice. So let's get a sniff. Holy shit. This rum is unreal. It smells like a rum of a new level for me. Like I've done some rums in the past, me and the Boys in the Woods collaborating, but this is next level. This is the bougie rum I was trying to create. So let's stop pussyfooting around here and get a little bit of a taste. Oh, she smells good. Boy, oh boy. It's like getting hit in the face with tropical fruit. But since we got this jar open, that's not the only thing we're doing here. Let me just pull out some more equipment, because I got a surprise for y'all. Because I'm cool like that. I'm going to make a delicious beverage for y'all to see. So what we got going on here? So we got it. I'm gonna make a mojito for y'all. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put 4 ounces in here of the good stuff. There's 2. Four. Now, some fresh mint leaves from the yard. Gonna dump that in there. And we're gonna beat that shit up. Now I know I'm not doing a typical mojito in a typical mojito fashion order, but I don't care. This is how I do it. It still tastes good. Might not be right, but that's just how most of the shit I do is. It may not be right, but it works. Now, I'm going to do another 2 ounces of raspberry Riel sauce, because a bougie rum needs to be in a bougie cocktail. No syrup left behind, guys. 1 big ass ice cube. There goes my molar. I ain't got spray at the house, so we're using some generic ginger ale. It'll work. Ain't perfect, but do what you gotta do. It'll work. Well, that happened. It's carbonated. I should have known better. That was awesome. Don't mind the explosion. I'm just silly sometimes, and I should have known better. That was awesome. Not really, but who cares? Got mojito all over my little podium thing. Holy shit. You can still smell all those thiols in this. So good. See how she tastes. That is a good mojito. Minus the explosion. That was pretty good. Oh well. Maybe next time I won't put a carbonated drink in a shaker. Messed up on that one, but I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. Oh well. Alright guys, that's the end of this episode. I appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out and watching me create the bougiest rum I've ever made. I think it came out exceptionally well. I actually really enjoy this. My hat's off to Omega Yeast and Cosmic Punch and unlocking the secret of thiols. And I hope you enjoyed the carbonation geyser that I just made here. I did get a great drink out of the process, but it's all in a day's work here, so stay curious.
Oh, stay curious, huh? Well, curious is one thing, but shaking a carbonated drink, that's a whole new level of expert, Lunchbox. So you think you're slick with your thiols? Cute, but maybe it's time to go deeper, because Wood and Toast are waiting to test you next.
What are you saying there, Quinn? Are you trying to choose violence on me, or are you trying to challenge me?
Oh, you know me. Always a little challenge tucked in with the sarcasm. I'm not choosing violence. I'm choosing to see if you're ready to push your limits. Let's see if you're brave enough to toast more than just your drink.
And we will. See you next time, guys.